Will Smith responds to memes that show him with Diddy Combs and discusses his past with the music tycoon for the first time.
I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man.
And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy.
Celebrities are rushing to avoid the shockwaves after TMZ revealed exclusive video of Will Smith criticizing Diddy and his association with freak-off parties. All of the celebrities who are connected to Diddy are terrified and are attempting to work with the federal government in return for immunity. For Diddy's impending federal trial, Ashton Kutcher even consented to testify.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not funny. I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff. But you know that one, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Attorney Tony Busby filed a civil action against rapper Sean on December 9th, claiming that Jay-Z and Diddy were complicit in the alleged rape of 13-year-old Jane Doe during an after-party held in New York City after the MTV Video Music Awards. Every celebrity who hangs out with Diddy has been alarmed by this new lawsuit, and they are all attempting to avoid the turmoil at the moment. According to reports, Ellen DeGeneres and her spouse, Portia DeGeneres, have relocated to England. Demi Moore is not present, and Ashton Kutcher is getting ready to testify.
So that's that. Now, as far as Jay-Z is concerned, this can really go one of two ways. This might be an isolated one-off case that he has to defend, or potentially it could be a Me Too type situation where other victims come forward. Obviously, we saw that with Diddy and Cassie Ventura. So the coming days and weeks are really going to be telling. And Tony Busby says he has more than 100, maybe up to 300 victims he's representing. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of them also name Jay-Z.
And Nima, if such a high-profile name like Jay-Z has come out, could more celebrity names be tied to these lawsuits? What do you think we can expect?
No question. This may just be the first celebrity domino, and Jay-Z was unmasked as celebrity A, but let's not forget there's a celebrity B in that same lawsuit that allegedly witnessed the sexual assault, a female celebrity. And there was someone who went on CNN earlier this week and said that his sexual assault was witnessed by another celebrity as well. So I think we're going to see more celebrity names identified very soon.
All right, Nima Rani, thank you so much for joining us. As you said, this is one that has entered the court of public opinion. It's nice to have your actual legal advice on this one.
Fox News host Jesse Waters disclosed on a recent episode of the PBD podcast that the network had learned that Ashton Kutcher has consented to testify in the impending federal lawsuit against Diddy and intended to relocate to Europe afterward. Every celebrity is attempting to make a deal or leave the country after Diddy supposedly had tapes that implicated Ashton Kutcher, Jay-Z, and even Ellen DeGeneres. These tapes are currently in the custody of the FBI.
They'd bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced. The videotapes were hot. And then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career. They could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch and was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it, but even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein, it could be worse than Jeffrey Epstein.
Among those who have consented to testify is Ashton Kutcher. According to reports, Ashton Kutcher's divorce was caused by his friendship with Diddy, which lasted for nearly 20 years, and his attendance at Diddy's wild parties. Ashton Kutcher cut ties with Diddy, and it is said that the things he did with Diddy were so heinous that Ashton chose to quit acting altogether. Despite his attempts to appear innocent, Diddy's recordings show that he is not.
I've been on FBI raids where I've seen things that no person should ever see. I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man that was a sex tourist in Cambodia. And this child was so conditioned by her environment that she thought she was engaging in play. But the right to pursue happiness for so many is stripped away. It's raped. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
Wow. Okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked because he was like, yo,
don't punk
you
me.
Can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends and we used to just hang out, watch football.
In 2003, Davy Chase, then 13 years old, was invited to Diddy's after party by Ashton Kutcher. Ashton invited Davy Chase even though he was aware of Diddy's character. We discover that Ashton Kutcher has always had a dubious relationship with minors as we dig deeper into his past. According to Mila Kunis, Ashton made an attempt to make out with her when she was only 14 and he was nearly 20.
So good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say, everyone will suffer. Hey, MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight?
Yeah!
Coming to the after party tonight?
If Diddy loses his case, Ashton would be among the individuals exposed. Gene's contract, Ashton Kutcher frequently attended Diddy's freak-off parties, according to Diddy's former bodyguard. So if Diddy goes down, Ashton is likely to go down with him. Ashton is aware that he is on the videos that the FBI seized during the most recent raid, and Diddy has 250 cameras concealed throughout his home. He is now willing to testify because of this.
About that. But you heard about the reports that Ashton Kutcher, he's worried that Diddy might lie on his friends. You heard about that?
But that's what I've been saying. I said, if the federal government wanted somebody more than they want Diddy, if he has some information about some people that they would rather have other than him, he's able to get that information to them. But they gotta want it. They gotta want it. And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Lie on other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in, he gonna be as truthful as possible You understand? He's going to give them enough information, whereas that it's going to make him look like the choir boy. So Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack, with Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So they all might be worried.
For him to come out with that comment, I mean, that is suspect. It sounds like he's worried that Diddy might give up some information.
That's why. That's why he made that statement. To set it up. To set up the atmosphere that, yo, this guy's gonna lie on us. This guy ain't gonna tell the truth on us. But what we know is that wherever Diddy went, his tape recorders went. His camera equipment was working. He was videotaping everything. So they might have that videotape already.
Will Smith isn't as innocent as he wants everyone to think, according to reports. It is either well known that Will Smith was linked with Diddy for years, or Will Smith has denied any association with Diddy. We can't forget the accusations that Will Smith and Jada were supposedly having threesomes with Jennifer Lopez. Despite Will's claims that he has no connection to Diddy, Will was spotted at several freak-off parties.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
You really heard that? Nah.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Kink it. You look fantastic.
How you guys doing?
All right, good to see you.
We
gotta go. We're blocking traffic.
We got it. Oh, we're blocking. I'm sorry. What do you say about the allegations? There's like so many rumors. Anything you want to say? We suing. I know that's right. Thank you, Miss.
Gene Deal has also discussed Will Smith's relationship with Diddy. We've previously seen photos of Will Smith at Diddy's all-white party, and he saw Will Smith cozying up to Diddy when everyone, including Jimmy Kimmel, was discussing Will Smith and Jada's relationship with Diddy on live television only a few years ago. It's outrageous that he now has the gall to claim that he wasn't engaged with Diddy. Those attempting to isolate themselves are the ones most concerned about being caught.
Tell me the story about how Puffy wanted to fight Will Smith over Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, man. We were at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damon was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and they were sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well that he stood up. When he stood up, he walked and did his arm some kind of way, like, and then he went like this, like, and I went over towards him. I know to go over there towards him. So I go over towards him, and he said to me, he said, yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him. I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat the shit out you. Now, Puff could scrap now, but I don't think he could beat Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? But he could scrap. You know what I'm saying? So then he said that shit.
Will Smith denied ever attending a Diddy freak-off party during a recent performance in San Diego on December 12th. He said, I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I want to say this very clearly. You guys may stop with the memes and whatnot since I have nothing to do with Puffy. The bullet. For the first time, Will Smith discusses his relationship with Diddy Combs and claps back at memes that show him with the music mogul. On December 12th, the Oscar winner performed at San Diego's Observatory North Park. During a commercial break, the rapper criticized memes he had seen online that ridiculed his previous relationship with Combs, who is presently incarcerated pending trial on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in institution. Videos of Will explaining to the sold-out audience the current state of the world have been made public online. It's difficult for you all to know what is real and what isn't. Some of the memes and other content that I've been seeing are amusing, but the new print clarifies his true feelings about Combs, who was then known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, stating that he doesn't agree with the freak-offs or baby oil. Although he hasn't publicly addressed any of this, he tells the audience, "I just want to make it very clear, I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. All of that can be stopped by me. I should also mention that I haven't been in the vicinity of any freak-off. I take care of myself enough. Please refrain from placing me in other people's. I haven't had any contact with the man." When you hear someone say that, it's a blatant falsehood since I haven't done any of that dumb things. I don't even like baby oil for the federal indictment obtained by enews.com following his arrest on September 16th, which described his freak-offs as elaborate sex performances in which female victims were forced to perform prolonged sex acts with male commercial sex workers using coercion, threats of coercion, and force. The document also accused the 54-year-old of moving commercial sex workers over state borders and abroad, as well as of planning, directing, and frequently electronically recording the freak-offs. Authorities confiscated 1,000 bottles of baby oil from the music mogul's residences earlier this year, according to the indictment. He has entered a not guilty plea and is adamant about his innocence, as he has done with other accusations and charges he has encountered recently. Why is everyone finally addressing the Diddy controversy so publicly? The fact is that they're concerned. This includes Will Smith, Meek Mill, Kevin Hart, and even Ashton Kutcher. Following Courtney Burgess's handover of 8 cassettes during an inquiry, the FBI has declared that they now have access to Diddy's freak-off recordings. These celebrities are aware that it will be evident from the tapes that they were aware of what was taking place. In order to avoid going to jail later, they wish to put some distance between them now.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with, and there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Given Jaden Smith's current behavior, there have long been rumors that Will Smith and Jada were acting strangely around kids. Supporters have begun to claim that Jaden's actions are exactly like those of abused kids. After realizing the vile things that occur behind closed doors, Jaden abandoned his acting career and made an effort to avoid Hollywood.
I love Justin Bieber, but that's just a fact.
I'm having a good time.
When I'm at school, sometimes my dad will just pull his pants down.
Hey!
Will is always, Will is always playing. He plays.
Okay.
Kiss my son. Come on.
Jaden jumped up and ran.
No, not said he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set, he'll try to kiss me or anywhere else.
So what do you think? Is Jaden still too old to get kissed by his bureau dad?
The widespread sexual abuse that occurs in Hollywood has also been addressed by Tom Hanks, Kelly R. Epstein, Jeffrey. Among the names that have been revealed in real life are Harvey Weinstein and, more recently, Sean Diddy Combs. One of the largest rings in the world is located in Hollywood. All of these individuals had assistants, and the 6 parties they threw were packed with guests. Everyone is now attempting to portray Diddy as having partied by himself.
The idea that there are predators in power, not just in Hollywood, I think all across any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question is there a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they'll be blacklisted, men are afraid to speak up because either they're out of the same fear or they just think, well, this is the way the system works.
I think there are people that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple, and this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that. That does not carry the day. Complicity is also complicity. The people who know, well, look, this is how we do business, and that's what it's got to be done. I'm sorry, it's like that. So beware. That's also present, without a doubt, but it does not carry the day. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward, that signed, negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel to it. That also does not carry the day.
The music business was rocked by Diddy's arrest. Everyone who had been Diddy's best friend a few months prior began claiming they had nothing to do with him. The claims against Diddy's friends are not new. And Jay-Z, who is supposedly the person closest to him after his mother, is now claiming that he only did business with Diddy. It's only now that people are paying attention to Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal, who have long spoken out against the alleged abuse that Diddy and Jay-Z were committing. Bubby say about Jay-Z, the artist, the businessman. Well, the complaint begins defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns. Assaulting the minor, many others were present at the after-party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs had been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner, without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not his close friend. Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described here in Both Perpetrators Must Face Justice. Diddy's ex-wife Kim Porter's close friend Courtney Burgess has turned over 8 tapes and 11 flash drives to the FBI. These flash drives also allegedly contain Kim Porter's diary, which has precise information regarding Diddy's whole business strategy. These tapes were aired when Courtney was called to testify before the grand jury.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all. To be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
The consequences of Diddy's case are obviously far from done as the FBI gets closer and more startling information surfaces. In your opinion, what will occur next? Will Hollywood find a way to hide the truth? Or will more well-known figures fall? Please share your opinions in the comments section.